Hello, Rose here. Welcome back to the 6th episode of CFC Season 5, today being the final qualifier episode. Today we have the HG Formula Winglet Mark 1 and HMS Formula Boat by me against the Drone C Mark 2 and Drone C Boat by Jolly Roger Aerospace. And well, this is a propeller aircraft versus a jet aircraft. Not that both are fast by any means, but the propeller aircraft is obviously slower. So let that sink in. Anyway, let's go to the water and see who wins this one. And now that you know the matchup, well, I want to say one thing about this match. For me, it is quite a special match because I don't know. I've enjoyed. I'm enjoying friendship with Jolly Roger Aerospace, who made the Drone C, and it's just fun to beat him. And if he beats me, then obviously that makes me want to better my plane and my plane skills, and I assume vice versa, but I don't know how that is with him. And yeah, that makes his battle pretty special. Anyway, I'm battling him with a propeller aircraft, which is probably overburdened, really slow, and can't take off its boat without submitters, where the boat probably isn't the best boat either. And he's battling me with this, where, well, I mean, you could say that aircraft defense are a bit questionable here, but it could cover the craft better. He always has a reason for this. Besides that, it has damage dealing guns, really damage dealing guns, and quite a decent layout. And of course, the missing subprotons here because it doesn't need them. Well, it's time then to reload and separate everything immediately at loading, since we found out last episode that that is the strategy, that is the way to go, because otherwise you'll have aircraft that are indicated as splashed while they are not, and that interferes with your battle. So let's go to the Formula Winglet, which I deployed this as the first aircraft this time. So it is of course also the first aircraft that should be deployed. And GRAs is now also deployed. Everything deployed. It's fine and dandy. It is time to enable radars, which I can do now with these aircraft. I couldn't do that last episode, but I can do it this episode since these radars aren't crucial to the aircraft taking off. Well, let's hope we'll have a CFC episode without technical difficulties. We'll see about that, as we are now starting competition. From the Winglet takes off fine, and the Drone C takes off fine as well. Yeah, looks like we aren't going to have any issues. Drone is keeping in the air, so that's good. Yep, everything taken off. Everything nice, and nothing is set as each other's target, so they will not fly towards each other. Instead, they will opt to fly away until they reach 7.8 kilometers. Then, of course, this time to battle each other. It'll be interesting for me to see how this turns out, because while the Formula Winglet I consider to be very maneuverable, it is slow. So I don't think it'll win. Maybe gives the advantage to the Drone C Mark 2, which isn't a bad aircraft either, I'm sure. And there go 9s on the Formula Winglet. as it, well, it does a weird thing. Anyway, the A9s are now headed towards Drone Sea, where the Drone Sea Mark II, the Drone Sea boat, is now shooting at them. Looks like the 9s aren't going anywhere near that Drone Sea. The Drone Sea not opting to fire any missiles yet, whereas the Formula Winglet has just opted to send two Hellfires its way. The first missile has been fired by the Drone Sea, which I'll assume is an AIM-9. That is a hit for the Drone Sea boat, which is now very dead, as the Formula boat is now putting up a defense against the Drone Sea and it is being hit, the Drone Sea. It has lost all its engines, so it's not looking good for the Drone Sea, and it is being completely and utterly annihilated by gunfire from the Formula boat. That was a very quick match, and a very quick winner in the Formula Winglet, which won basically because the Drone Sea didn't fire any missiles. Which is odd, if you ask me. Well, it is a 1-0 nonetheless. A 1-0 we will have to take. A 1-0 which we will have to accept, as we are loading and heading towards the second match, where we will be asking the question, will the Drone Sea fire its missiles? And if the answer will be yes, it probably wins. If the answer is no, it probably loses. As we have just been demonstrated. Anyway, waiting until PRE has done its job and stabilized all the aircraft, put the mag into the water, which it has now, so it'll be time to enable radars. First on the Formula boat, and then this time on the Drone Sea boat, as we'll be on board with the Drone Sea for this battle. Start competition. Drone Sea has some difficulty taking off at first, since it doesn't have that powerful of an engine, but it gets taken off eventually. It doesn't hit the water, which is also very crucial. It takes off and it leaves its landing gear behind, as it did in the flight tests, except the landing gear was firing as boosters, which weren't helping much. We'll be waiting until we get to 500 meters, which we are now, and we'll be separating. Now, I've just had a thought. Maybe the Drone Sea isn't that fast of an aircraft either. Could be. Oh well, doesn't really matter, as we are nearing the 7.8 kilometers that are required for this competition to start. There we go. The boats are engaged, so are the aircraft, and the aircraft will of course be interested in targeting the opponent, as the Drone Sea is trying to target with 120s, but not able to lock, as those 9s are once again going horribly off target, not even hitting, and the Drone Sea will be waiting until it can fire a missile with the Formula Winglet, now interested in targeting the boat. It is a 120 away towards the Formula Winglet. Yeah, oh, I thought it was going to hit. And the Drone Sea boat is once again out of it. It is the Drone Sea now shooting toward the Formula Winglet, but the Formula Winglet has done its job, so it doesn't really need to survive that. The only thing that's crucial here is if the Formula boat manages to survive the incoming barrage of Hellfires, which is currently just only one, and it doesn't seem to be interested in defending itself at all, while the Formula Winglet seems to have been downed. It doesn't look like the Formula boat is going to do much either, as it has now been completely disabled. So it all depends on the Drone Sea damage, which doesn't have any damage, and the Formula boat is damaged. So that's a win for the Drone Sea, Simply because I don't know really what happened there with the winglet. One thing was obvious though, the guns hit, and then it exploded a bit, and it probably landed somewhere there, yes. It landed somewhere and exploded. Let's see. Don't see boat debris, don't see boat, don't see boat, don't see boat. Winglet here. There's not much left of the winglet here. Don't know why it wasn't able to maneuver. Perhaps that 120 did come too close for comfort. Anyway, it's a 1-1 then. The competition's feeling like they are going pretty fast here. So there's already time for round 3. Now that the winglet and the drones have both got at least 1 point in the bag, it is of course going to be a 4-match round at the very least. Which, seeing as this was determined to be a single match episode, as this is the last of the qualifiers, only adds to the content and the video length, which is of course good news since it doesn't really look like the battles are going to take that long. Anyway, going back on board with the Formula Winglet, it's time to start another round. Start the competition. And away go those boosters on the Formula Winglet, and the drone she has also taken off from its platform. Now, of course, the question will be, will it stay above the water? And I have absolute confidence that it will. As you can see there in the background, it has. Now, it will be crucial for the winglet. This round, as compared to the previous round, of course, is, well, getting the A9s close to the target, and not getting hit by anything. I suppose that's very clear. Maybe the drone C hit the cockpit and then just everything went into a parts cloud. Could be the thing, you know? We will never know since we weren't on board with the Formula Winglet for that. Anyway, we are now turning towards each other and deciding to fire, as 1 and 2 A9s are loose and heading towards the drone C. The drone C firing some countermeasures and hoping that it will be able to dodge. Although those A9s look to be pretty on target right now. Nah, they are once again wide, this time to the left. Now it is time to fire some Hellfires for the Formula Winglet, which the drone she hasn't been able to defend against for now. The AIM-9 misses, all the Hellfires are away, and it's maximum maneuverability, of course, for the Formula Winglet. And the drone sea boat once again explodes. Not very durable, that craft, and not very fightable, that craft either. A120 away, but not heading anywhere towards this aircraft. That was because it was a Hellfire, I'm sorry for that. And it is a single Hellfire having completely annihilated the Formula Winglet. And thus, it comes down to aircraft only. Cool stuff, since we'll be seeing some dogfights in this episode. Although that is a hit on the Formula Winglet. All the missiles so far have gone just absolutely and horribly off target. And yeah, it's just done now. Formula Winglet, not a durable aircraft at all. It is a 2-1 for the drone C. Simply because, as I said, Formula Winglet, not a durable craft. And this time, the Formula boat didn't feel like defending. So, could only say GG to that, as the drone C apparently had 1 A9 left. Wouldn't hit anyway, judging by the hit rate of these missiles so far. None of the missiles have hit. It's pretty weird to me. What's also weird to me is that the boats have been so bad at defending themselves. Like, the drone C boat has only defended itself against the AIM-9 missiles heading towards the drone sea, which it shouldn't really focus on, since it is of course the drone sea's job to avoid the missile. Okay, the boat can help with that. That's I don't really know why you would fire at the missiles when the missiles are apparently easily dodgeable for the drone suit. Especially when you want to just blast all the ammo against Hellfires and aircraft, of course. Drone Sea and Formula Winglet have taken off, and have taken off correctly then for the fourth match in this video already. This is going by quick. And I can't really say that I could just load up another battle, because that's then the quarterfinals, and I don't want a quarterfinal thing in my qualifier scene, since that messes with my mind and I don't like it. Would be better for content though, but since it messes with me and my mind, and I am the content creator, choose not to. Anyway, have to wait in. Yeah, okay, the radars have been enabled. Was doubting myself for a second there, as it is time again to engage each other. On the initial turn, I think the drone sea is better, but then the drone sea can't engage the 120s onto the Formula Winglet, which is sad. Oh my god, just look at the wide shot on that 9. Another 9 has been fired, I presume? Yes, it has. This looks to be a little bit more on target, but not that much on target either. It really does not seem to be able to target the drone sea at all, which will probably have to do with its heat and its exhaust ability. Where, of course, the Formula Winglet also won't be easily targetable with 9s. That 120 was wide on the aft. It is now the Formula boat defending against the 120, which you shouldn't be defending against, and is now again targeting the correct target in the Drone Sea Mark II. The Formula Winglet having escaped the wrath of the Drone Sea Mark II for now. It's taking now hits from the Formula boat, which seems to survive for longer than it did last time. More shots heading in towards that drone sea surely won't be long for that world, as also the Formula Winglet has chosen to just merge behind and try to take some pot shots. Lovely stuff. The drone sea now having lost one of its engines, it being a Tiger, trying to target the Formula boat, the Formula Winglet, with an AIM-9 and not able to, while the Formula Winglet was nearly on target there with the guns. The Formula boat now deciding to launch another volley against that drone sea, which is now of course damaged. Looks like the Formula Winglet has made it its priority to fend off against the drone sea, which is odd to see, since usually we just see aircraft fighting boats at this point. But the Formula Winglet has chosen not to, as well. Can't really blame it. Drone sea looks like a pretty easy target right now, although the drone sea boat is perhaps an even more easy target, as that AIM-9 been fired completely incorrectly and lost sight immediately. The drone sea now wanting to launch the last of its 120s, which surely won't be able to lock. And it has locked actually. So where is that going? I don't see the Formula Winglet anywhere here. Do see the Formula boat though. Oh, it's Hellfire. Oh my god, I'm blind. That's the Formula boat out of it probably. And it's the Formula Winglet launching an attack on the drone sea again. Lining it up behind. Wow, not looking that maneuverable actually. Okay, the civilian version was probably way more maneuverable because it wasn't carrying any weight from missiles or countermeasures or ammo or guns, that kind of thing. Formula boat actually able to defend itself, and it's a 120 heading towards a boat. That's something I've never seen before. It's something that is probable, since PFC 10 has shown us that. The Jonesy will now be trying to engage on the Formula winglet, but I'm guessing that the instability here, on the fact that the Jonesy has lost, of course, one of its wings, means that the Formula winglet it's getting behind now. But will it be interested in engaging the Jonesy? It doesn't look like it for now. Although it has now catched up to the rear and is firing guns. Oh, however, the guns have done nothing. Yeah, this is a proper gunfight, a proper dogfight, but see, the issue here is that the Formula winglet's aim hasn't been on point so far, and the Formula boat has had to do some damage against the Jonesy for the Jonesy to be able to be fired at by the Formula winglet, which shows the inferior Formula winglet airframe here. Let's go more to the Formula winglet for a bit here, which hasn't run out of ammo at all yet. I was worrying about that for a second there. It is targeting with focus and is firing again. However, that was horribly wide, and it's really unstable actually. Huh, I haven't seen that from this aircraft yet, so based on the fact that it's so unstable, it should actually lose, honestly, in my opinion. So if it comes down to basically everything being eliminated, I would say that the Jonesy is won simply because it's the more maneuverable, the more stable, more maneuverable aircraft. I generally prefer stable aircraft over maneuverable aircraft. You've probably seen that in my designs in the past, where my designs have been mainly really stable and not that maneuverable. The Formula winglet, meanwhile, having missed with one of its shots again, lining up for another shot. I think it's a perfect time now to tell you about something I've done last Sunday, which is that I have recorded some Forza videos and I've managed to make the Forza videos smooth. So the upcoming 2 Forza videos will be smooth, courtesy of NVIDIA Shadowplay. Thank you guys for that. OBS wasn't really doing its job properly, constantly lagging it. And when I tried with Shadowplay, of course, okay, the first few times it was actually completely crashing my PC, as finally there's been a hit done on the Jonesy. But I mean, it pulled through in the end and left some smooth recordings from what I could see from my checks, which is it's very cool and good news for my channel, since of course I'll be able to release smooth Forza videos now. See what the damage is on the Jonesy. I can't really see it. I can't really see it, no. Perhaps it's just a missile or something it gunned off. we do see that a lot. Missiles being gunned off or exploded off by missiles. Instead of important parts exploding. Front wing going horribly wide on the aircraft once again on the Jonesy. Perhaps should have configured those guns to be more wide. Although in the ASC they do configure the guns to be quite central, quite close to each other. Gives more accuracy, but then again those guys have their guns set to like 600, 700 meters max range. And those aircraft are really maneuverable and kind of stable at the same time, which from it appears to be neither at the moment. And actually choosing to fly away from the Jonesy here, probably because it doesn't have much fuel left. Oh god, this is going to come down on fuel soon, because neither of these aircraft can attack each other properly. Ah, please. Okay, it makes up for the lack of content here. As the Jonesy is shooting only from the winglet, and the Formula winglet is now shooting on the Jonesy. None of them hit, of course, since it's a head-on. I've seen way more accurate shots when flying with prop aircraft, actually, in the leisure save. for fun sake. It's kind of weird to me, since you would expect the aircraft to be able to hit each other 100% and not go horribly wide every time, but apparently that's not a thing. Not a thing here, at least. I'm doing it against trying to hit the drone C, but the drone C is just, well, the drone C doesn't care. As it looks now, though, it will be the Formula Winglet winning, since the Formula Winglet has done some damage to the drone C. Or has the drone C boat? No, the drone C boat has no damage, so yeah, that'll be both units having damage. Don't really know how to determine that. Looks like the Formula Winglet is out of fuel now. Yep, it's out of fuel. Only thing it can hope for now is that the drone C will crash and die. Which probably won't, seeing as it has like 50 units of liquid fuel remaining. Let's see if it tears up the front units here. If it does, of course it wins. This is a 3-1 for the arguably way better aircraft here. Not that I expected to win much besides this. Unless it gets a lucky match. But from what I've seen here, the boat is not that resistant. The boat's of course a fairly big part of this competition. And we have seen here, of course, that the boat can also aid in gunning down the aircraft, the opponent's aircraft. It's also a fairly crucial thing. Going down all other guns around is the drone C. It has hit something now on the Formula Winglet, which would mean that the drone C wins, because now both units have been damaged. Not that it can, not that it matters, because the drone C or the Formula Winglet has completely disintegrated, meaning that, oh yeah, that's a completely devastated Formula boat. And the drone C boat is fine. It basically means that the drone C Mark II has won, despite me thinking that there in the beginning that it's a bit chanceless there. It was a bit risky. Pulled it through though. Pulled through to win it here. Which is awesome to see. That Hellfire surely just completely annihilating the Formula boat again. I mean, it's just here, the probe core, and that's pretty funny. And the drone is now going to annihilate itself, its own defenses, which can't defend because it's coming from the side. It's kind of bad. And there, pretty much everything goes except the. Okay. Now everything is dead. But yeah, drone C is showing that durability definitely is the way to go in a fighter competition. As it wins the final qualifier match of CFC Season 5. Now it will be interesting to see how the quarterfinals go. And it will be interesting to see who wins it. Me personally, I think I have a very small chance of winning it. Don't think I have that many good aircraft lined up this season. Sucks. But maybe one of the AFC members, maybe even Jolly Roger Aerospace wins it. Anyway, that has been this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will return for the next episode. Here's bureaucratic with Boy Spock.